Hello everyone, it's a beautiful sunny morning here at my outdoor setup. But my fish tubs are clearly not beautiful today because it looks like a super typhoon just landed here. Anyway, I decided to organize my fish tubs at the moment. Yesterday, I bought an additional large tub for my guppies. But I did not expect that this tub is way bigger than my large tubs that I have here in my setup. Supposedly, this is the size of large tub that I only want, so that all my fish tubs have the same size. But I think I purchased a wrong one, and you can see that it is a lot taller and wider than my other large tubs. Anyway, this small tub right here doesn't have guppies anymore, so I took the plants out and poured the water out from the fish tubs. After pouring the water, I found this alien inside the tub, and it has the same color with the algae I have in my fish tubs, so it can camouflage and hunt baby guppies easily without getting noticed. I believe this is the reason why some of my fry just suddenly disappear. So it's time for my revenge and use my 1000 power to kill this alien. To make sure that no more alien eggs inside this tub, I decided to pour sodium hypochlorite. I'm pretty sure this will kill everything inside the fish tub, including the algae that is growing on the sides. Then I will just have to wait for a couple of hours in order for the solution to completely take effect. Anyway, I decided to move the large tubs to the side to make space for the new tub here. You can also notice that this tub where I place my adult male full gold guppies is already empty because I already transferred them indoor. After moving the large tubs, I have created a space for my new extra large tub. I then placed the tub, but then I realized that I hate how this part here doesn't align with the other large tubs, so I decided to place it in a horizontal position. I badly need to use this tub right now, and luckily I was able to stock water last week in this bottle and inside this black container. So this water is already conditioned inside this bottle, so we will just pour all the water out to this large tub so we can use it to house guppies right away. I also noticed dead moringa leaves floating on top surface, so I decided to catch them right away using a net. This is very important if you want to use a new tub right away. You need good bacteria to create safe ecosystem for the fish. This is why I'm taking water from a healthy tub and place it inside the new tub, as it contains good bacteria to help the tub mature quickly. I then use my water bending technique to mix the water from different tubs. Now we will just have to wait for a couple of hours to make it stable before adding guppies to the tub. While waiting, I decided to set up this large empty tub as well. I'm using fresh water from the tap. This means we still need to condition this tub before using it. Rock salt is added to condition the water properly. This will kill possible bad bacteria and promotes good bacteria for the fish. I then use my water bending technique to dissolve the salt and wait for 1 week before we can safely use this tub. Last time I promised that we are going to harvest my male juvenile Dumbo ear red tail guppies in these 2 tubs. We will prepare the net and temporary tub for male guppies. So this is the first tub and this is the second tub. We will harvest the first tub, but I noticed a few dead moringa leaves floating on top surface. So I decided to catch the leaves first. My guppies are very friendly and they are not even afraid of the net. So I make sure to catch the leaves very gentle to avoid catching the guppies. You can see that some of the males have developed coloration already, and it's perfect time to separate the males from females because they start to breed at this age already. Let's prepare our temporary container by placing a small amount of water from the fish tub. At this moment, I can tell which one is male in just a second by just looking at their colors. Guppies with iridescent on its back are 99% males. There are also late bloomer males, which means they still don't have iridescent like this male here. And without checking the gonopodium, which cannot be seen on top, then it would be very hard for you to tell if it's a male or female. Now you might wonder, how did I know if it's a male? And as you can see, the female have bluish color in its caudal, while the male developed red coloration in its caudal. So now we will transfer this male to this temporary container. There's a lot of male guppies in this tub, and you can see that it only takes 2 to 3 seconds for me to tell if it's a male guppy. After 10 minutes, I was able to catch all the male juvenile dumbo-ear red-tail guppies. On the second tub, I also decided to catch the dead moringa leaves, so it will be easier for me to catch the males. Like the first tub, I also catch the leaves very gentle to avoid catching the guppies because they like to suicide and go inside the net. So let's prepare a temporary container for the male guppies. Fast forward, I was able to catch all the male juvenile guppies from the second tub. On the first tub, we caught 41 male juvenile dumbo-ear red-tail guppies, and on the second tub, we caught 34 male guppies. I noticed there are stunted guppies in the first tub, like this one, and it's still very small compared to the other guppies. So I decided to remove them, including this one bigger male here, which I think is not healthy. After catching the rejected guppies, I let them feed to my monster tilapia. The remaining juvenile guppies will be transferred to the new large tub, but first, let's acclimate the guppies before releasing them to prevent water shock. While acclimating, let's check the small tub that we treat with sodium hypochlorite earlier. You can see that all algae on the sides are dead and turned white. And now it's pretty easy to clean the tub. After 5 minutes, I was able to clean the tub and wipe out all the algae that is growing on the sides. Now I just have to make sure to rinse the tub thoroughly to remove the chemicals. As you can see, I have organized the small tubs already. Instead of setting up this small tub, I decided to let it dry first. So I'm just gonna put this wet tub on top of the other tubs and let it dry for about 24 hours before using again. Acclimate is done. It's time to release the male juvenile dumbo-ear red-tail guppies. I use a net to catch all the guppies from the temporary container and release all of them to the new tub. For the meantime, I will place all my grooming bottles in this spot. Earlier, I took 30% of water out from the bottles. So I decided to top up fresh water till it becomes full. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.